Shalom, shalom, shalom. For some reason, I can't see the chat. 1 second. What's going on? Pop out chat, maybe. Shalom, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Q&A. Something that I wanted to try to start here on the Moneymaker channel. Okay, now I can see the chat. Hi guys. Yeah, so I wanted to go live. I haven't done a live in a while, and I just felt like maybe I'll bring it back. One of the reasons that I haven't been doing lives is because I have 3 young kids and a baby, and the baby wakes up a lot during the night, and during the day market hours, because it's 7 hours forward, so the kids are up. So it's kind of a weird situation to do a live. Like sometimes I have 10 minutes to record a video, but I don't have an hour or 2 hours to do a live. You'd probably see the kids jumping on me or things like that. So hi everybody. Shalom to everybody. So I wanted to do this like as a Q&A. So you guys, I don't want to do speeches and things like that. More like if you guys have any questions or anything that you have on your mind and you wanted to ask me, it doesn't have to be AMC related. It could be Israel related. It could be Avi related. It could be world related. It could be Olympic related, basketball related, whatever you want. That's was the idea about it, just to have some fun before we start this week. And we've had a rough month. The July was very, very rough for AMC, and so hopefully this month is going to be a lot better. And so that's it. When's my birthday? I see already a first question. So my birthday is November 22nd. So that's my birthday. So when it comes around, you can wish me a happy birthday. How many synthetics do I think there exists? Wow. I don't know. It's really hard. It could be 1 billion. It could be 10 million. We don't know. We don't know how much they're. We don't know, really. We don't know. So let's see here. What's your favorite cat breed? So the only cats that I ever had, this is Cat Facts is asking, were mixed, right? So I used to live in a place called Arad, and Arad was really close to the Dead Sea. If you've heard about the Dead Sea, it's the lowest place in the world. It's very, very hot there, and it has like therapeutical traits. The water there, it's very, very salty. You can float in the water. Anyway, it's in the desert. So in the desert, you have snakes, you have scorpions and things like that. And so we had a cat, because the cat gets the scorpions and the snakes to go away. They're afraid of the cat, and so they don't come to your house. And we had one cat that was mixed, and then we had another cat that was mixed as well. So I would say that I like mixed cats. Thank you, dear No, for the super chat. So can we see some real positive price action soon? That's what we're hoping here. I talk about this in a video actually that I recorded before about August and the anticipation that's going to come with these potentially FTDs that are going to be T plus 35 on the options, that those 400,000 option contracts, the call contracts that finished in the money, that we were waiting for the gamma squeeze that didn't happen. So those shares that potentially would come from them, and those FTDs were supposed to expire in T plus 35 is the amount of time that they have, is going to be in the middle of August. So there's a lot of anticipation that we're going to see real price movement. But August in general, August to October in the stock market is usually a slow time. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. Is this squeeze coming next week? I don't know, guys. Remember, I'm not a prophet. I don't know what's going to happen, what there's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a rainy day tomorrow. Probably not, because it's going to be a really, really hot here in Israel this week. But I don't know. But we've been here already since January, and I have patience, so you know that. A Scorpio. No, actually, well, some people say I'm a Scorpio. Some people say I'm a Sagittarius, I think it's in English. In Hebrew, it's called Archer, Kashat. So it's like on the verge of the day. It's the 22nd, 23rd. Some people say that I don't have a Scorpio personality, more a Sagittarius, I think it's called in English. So what do you think about the recent silence with AMC? Raphael asks, so if you're talking about the YouTubers that are talking about that they're going to leave and things like that, I already made a video about this 2 times. And so basically I said I wouldn't talk about this anymore, but just to reiterate what I said, it's not easy to be a YouTuber. There's burnout. It's not easy to be a stock YouTuber. There's even more burnout because your channel is affected by how stocks perform. You can see channels like Stockmo, like Chris saying, that have significantly declined in the views, and psychologically it's very, very hard. And so I understand people wanting to take a break, people wanting to switch it up. So that's why I said that I support anything that they want to do. It was kind of weird that it all happened on the same day. And I know that it created a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of things like that they were bought off and things like that. But I don't think so. I think it's just a burnout. The same way that you guys may feel a little bit burnout from the consolidation, YouTubers and people that are related to AMC, especially there's a lot of pressure on the big ones like Trey. A lot of pressure on him. He's, because he was becoming like the biggest one of us and having a lot of sway. So there was a lot of pressure on him, and I think this downfall was his health coming together with that. We didn't see that squeeze, and he was saying all the time that he thought that the short squeeze was going to happen in June, and that didn't happen. So I think a lot of psychological things were weighing on him, and personally I know a few things happened with him. So it's hard, so I get it, and I support whatever they want. It's their channel, they can do whatever they want. Jeanette asked, are the short shares that are held today the same shares that were held in January? So no, because what happened is, let me bring up the graph actually. Let me do that. 1 second here. So the theory is that the original guys that shorted when we were at, let me bring up the graph for 1 second. So the theory is here, guys, is that AMC was around 17, 18 at the end of 2019. And it started declining. It really got hit here towards the end of 2020. The theory is that the people that opened the short positions here and around this area, right, they started pushing the stock down, and this is what created the movement of the apes. It's also on GameStop, but also for AMC. So my belief is, and this is just my belief, I don't know for sure, we don't know, that the shorts that were open were shorts that were created around this area, not ones that were created at 1.91. Because when you're at 1.91, the probability of the stock continuing to go down, stock like this, is very low. So usually when shorts are open, it's when we're at the high. So I believe that the shorts that we're always talking about were shorts that were created in this area when it was around 11, 10, this was the beginning. Then when we had this first run up here to 20, more shorts piled in, right? And this brought the stock down, and there was also selling. And then these shorts, together with those other shorts, kept holding, because they thought right? That maybe AMC stock would go down, and they were already profitable because they opened their short positions when we were at 10, we were in 15 in those areas, and they had no reason to close their positions. Then what happened is that we had this run up. Sorry guys. More people said to themselves, okay, we're at 72. This is way too high. I don't see AMC stock going to 100. Let me short this position, right? This is what the hedge funds are saying. I'm not saying this, of course. And shorters, right? It doesn't have to be a hedge fund. It could be a big day trader that has a lot of money as well. And so, because you can see the RSI is very high and things like that, it's not sustainable, according to a day trader that looks at these indicators. So he shorts the stock, and then the stock bounces back, and he's like, I don't know, maybe I'll hold, maybe I'll sell. Some of them pulled out here. Then there was this decline here. So now the short positions that were open at 17 are down 50%. The ones that were open around in this area are down also, but they're not down big. So currently they don't have a big reason to close their positions yet. But if we start moving back up to the 70 area, across even the 70 area, then they're going to start really to get freaking out, right? The same way that you might have a stock position that you're not closing when it's at 50% a loss. So the same thing with the shorts. I don't think that they're closing at a 50% loss if they have conviction that AMC stock won't stay at this level. What are your hobbies? Where did it go? There were so many comments. I hope I can get to all of them. Wait, where am I? What are your hobbies? So I used to play the saxophone when I was younger. And I don't do it anymore. I wish I would. I like basketball. So I play with friends sometimes. But in the past year and a half, my hobbies have been my kids, basically. They've been taking a lot of my life. So yeah, I need more hobbies. Watching Netflix, is that a hobby? I don't know. Let's see. Shalom. Favorite sport? So it used to be soccer, football. Not American football, but in the past few years I've been really into basketball, NBA and EuroLeague, if you know, it's in Europe. And I used to play basketball when I was younger, so that's what I've been into more. And actually American football I also watch, but it's because of the time difference, it's kind of hard. So I'd say basketball. How high do you think AMC will go? As high as we let it, as high as we can hold, right? That's the. It's really hard because you don't know what human nature will be. We don't know if someone sees their account with $100 million, will they be able to hold? It's a very interesting social experiment. If the stock is worth 10,000 a share, I don't think they can pay that. So my question is, has there ever been a time that they negotiate a stock with its holders? Not that I'm aware of. I get what you're saying with that. That was the concern that I had, and people wrote to me in the comment section that there is a possibility that they have insurance on it, so that's that the insurance would cover it. Tommy from the Bronx, thank you for the super chat. So he says, my question is, why do people make predictions? I think it hurts more than it helps because most are wrong and possibly can make people sell AMC when they're wrong. So Tommy, is this like a zinger at me because I do the price predictions? So my reasoning for doing the price predictions, Tommy, is for fun, and it makes me more engaged with the price action during the day. If I wouldn't make my price prediction, then if I don't have options, the price of the stock wouldn't really interest me that much, especially because I have kids and the time difference, and it's really hard for me to take a look. But because I also have the price prediction, so it makes me want to be right and not wrong, just human nature. And it's like an exercise to try to see how good I am at reading the graph. And lately it's been really, really hard. I've had weeks that I've gone 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5. The past few weeks have been pretty bad. I stopped it. People really liked it. So I brought it back. And I don't think that people would sell if Avi said that it's going to go up 2.5% and it went down 2.5%. If that makes them sell, then I'm sorry for them, but it shouldn't, right? That shouldn't be your reasoning to sell, because Avi's price prediction was wrong for today. So that I can't do anything about that. The same thing I could say, you know, people were saying this week is the gamma squeeze and it didn't happen. You could say that that made people sell as well. So I don't know, but that's I do it for the fun. Maybe I should stop it. I don't know. I'll think about that. What's your favorite stock apart from AMC? Oh wait, I missed one. Price prediction for next week. I talk about this in a video later, so I'm not gonna talk about it now. Sorry, Sandeep. So Vignan asks, because there are so many synthetic shares, do you think it will cause the squeeze to be much higher? It's hard to tell because we don't know how many. Like, if we knew the number, then they would say yes, of course. But because it's something that we don't know for sure, so I don't know how to answer it. So, what's your favorite stock apart from AMC? That's a very good question. So I have two answers. Apple and Tesla. Why? Because it's made people in my family and me some very nice money. So that's why I like it. It's an honest answer. How many feet does... I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. It's a funny one. Arman asked. Speaking, can AR... Okay, technically speaking, can expected results be the catalyst to get us trading back above 60? So the answer to that is yes. In my opinion, it doesn't make this for sure that it's going to happen. Let me bring it up here. You can see that last earnings, the stock had declined significantly for a week or so, right? We hit here 12, it declined to 9.5, and then after earnings it ran very, very nicely after that, right? So there was a lot of positive momentum that's going. What happens with earnings is usually before earnings you're going to either see a decline because there's a sell-off. People are afraid that earnings are going to be bad and then they sell off. And then if earnings beat expectations or there's a very good outlook, then they're going to see a significant pop, especially with the outlook. Earnings sometimes, most of the time, don't push it that much, right? But the outlook, meaning that they're saying next quarter, we think we're going to be amazing. That's what pushes things up. And so if we're on a decline here, a consolidation, and then Adam Aaron says, listen, we think next quarter is going to be amazing, which actually I don't know if we'll see with the Delta variant. It's iffy there. It depends on what the U.S. government decides to do. Here in Israel, we're continuing the way we are, right? Even though the numbers are going up a little bit, they started vaccinating, getting third vaccination for elderly people, and almost no one vaccinated is getting sick. They are getting sick, but almost no, like the numbers are low and they're asymptomatic or really low symptoms. So I think that the country will continue to go. It depends what happens in the US. And so the movie theater business in that sense. Let's get back to the questions. So yes, technically it could push it up, right? If it's big, we could see it's a big percentage, right? To get back to 60, it's almost 100%, right? 30 to 60 would be 100%. We're at 37, so that would be. What's your favorite Olympic sport? Wow. Oh, that's a great question. So I just said my favorite sport is basketball. So there's basketball in the Olympics, right? But Israel is really good in judo. And so we just won a bronze medal in the team event. And so I like judo. Just because Israel is good at it, so I like watching it, and that's basically what they show most of the time, because we're good at it, right? They won't show the events that Israel is not good at, so that's I say judo. What crypto you like? I'm kind of I don't have one that I really am up about. I like the potential of Ethereum coming up with the new update. It interests me a lot, but I don't have a favorite, like one that I really like. I've talked a lot about Shiba Inu, and so I have some Shiba Inu as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the crypto market is going to recover after the dip that we saw here. We've seen a nice recovery, but it still has a little bit juice to come back. This we answered already. How much of a pullback in the market are you? So Chris asked here, how much of a pullback in the market are you thinking we will have? It's a very interesting question here. The thinking here is that there's going to be the way that the stock market has gone up the past few months. It's looking like if this happens, right? It's not happening yet. I just looked at the pre-market, what's going on, or the futures, right? The futures for the S&P 500, and it's in the green. So I thought it would be in the red because of the default, but no, it's in the green. So very interesting. So what happened here is that look how high we are. The thinking here is that we're going to have around a 10% pullback here, so 10% would be 400 points, around back to the 400 area. That's what I think could happen. I don't think we'll see any more than that, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm not a prophet, because that would be, I don't have it on now. The 200 moving average, I think, is at the 4,000, if I'm not mistaken. Let me turn it on. This one. Show study. Okay, apply. Yeah. So you see that it's around the 4,000, the 200 moving average. So that would be the area that I think we could see a pullback to, and that's around 10%. I answered that already as well. Can I buy hood? You can do whatever you want. I'm not buying a hood currently, but again, not a financial advisor. You have to decide if you think that it's at a good price here going forward. Do they continue to make money the way that they have been making until now? So that's what you have to decide. Do you think it's cheap now? That's a question you have to answer for yourself. When do FTD have to be covered? Start Thursday? I don't understand the question. So I don't know. Ruslan asked, Avi, is in past 2 p.m. Why are you still awake? So it's 1:34 a.m. Actually, I flipped my hours. So I had been going to sleep at around 5 o'clock in the morning, and then waking up around 1 or 2 because my wife is at work and the kids are at school. But at the past week or so, I had one night that the baby was sick, so I had to be with him during the day because my wife was at work. And then I went to sleep really early and I got up early in the morning because I had to take the car to get fixed, to do like a yearly test. Then I woke up at 8 and I went to sleep at 1 o'clock and I got up early again. So this week I've been kind of getting back into regular hours. So I want to start doing that more, but I just thought I'd do the live. So we'll do maybe like another half an hour and then I'll go to bed, I think. When does AMC start trading in Germany? I think today it was trading half a day, if I'm not mistaken. Let me bring that up. The Germany. Yahoo. I forgot what's the ATH, something like that. I think Stankometer has it as well. Let me check that out. 37.26 says here. So I think it traded 37.26 is where it finished. It does half a day, and then it starts earlier in the morning. I think around 8 or 10 Germany time. So it's a little bit before when it starts in. I'm just looking for the ticker. I forgot. Oh, it doesn't. Let's continue. Jonas asks, do you think Adam Aaron will fight for his apes till all shorts are covered? In my opinion, I think he will. I think that he has an interest here that the apes will continue to hold 80%. And I think that he's maybe afraid that after we squeeze, the apes will leave and he'll be left with whoever knows in management, right? He would rather the apes be happy and maybe buy back into the company after it goes down and still be in the head shareholder. So I think he will. And remember, he has a significant amount of shares, and his sons do. So it would be very beneficial for him if the AMC stock would significantly go up, right? You think tomorrow would run? I talk about this in the video that's coming up later. So whoop, it jumped. No. Okay. So again, Nadia asks, is it going to rip in September? So again, I talk about this in the video that I did today. So I touched on that. So go after the live stream is over in like 2 hours, I think. I'll put it out. Like, yeah, smash the like button. I forgot about that. What's up, everybody? Do you think GME will squeeze too same time as AMC? I haven't, truth be told, I was covering GME too, and I just decided to focus on AMC. So I don't know what's going on with GME so much. So I don't want to give an answer about that just because I don't know what's going on. Like AMC, I become very, very knowledgeable about, but GME, I don't know. So I don't know, right? So. Let's see. Ruslan said there's a reason Avi can no longer play the sax. Kids will wake up, so instead of sax, he streams when they are sleeping. Yeah. So yeah, I can't play my saxophone anymore. It's actually in the storage area in the building. So that's. Can you show how to draw Fibonacci? Yes, of course. Okay. It's pretty easy, but every brokerage platform is a little bit different. For Thinkorswim, which is the one that I'm using now, you go down here to the bottom if you have Thinkorswim, and you go here to the area here. Now there's two kinds. There's a Fibonacci retracement and a Fibonacci extension. I don't want this video to become about Fibonacci retracements and extensions, but we'll just say about the retracement. So the retracement is an easier one, and it basically tells you what's the probability that the stock is going to get back to this same area, right? So what you want to do usually is go from a low to a high, right? And so then these usually become the strong areas, the 38, the 50, and the 68. If a stock, right, is able to hold these areas, then it's considered very, very good. And these are very, very strong areas. But all the Fibonacci areas, especially the 0%, is strong, because if we're able to break that, that's usually the high. So that's how I use it, and I know that a lot of hedge funds and and people on Wall Street use it like this as well. So that's why we see it working. Not every time, but a lot of times you see it stop right on the Fibonacci. Let me look here. Do you think there'll be a market crash coming? So I don't think it will be a crash. If there will be anything, it will be a pullback. Right, like I said, 10%. I don't think that will be a crash. A crash is something that we saw in March or in 2008 or 2000. Those are considered a crash in my book. You know, a pullback like we saw in even 2018, where there was a small pullback here. Right, this wasn't a crash; it was a pullback in this area in 2018, and so I wouldn't consider this a crash. But this was a significant dip. Right, this is a crash. Right, 2008 was a crash and 2000 was a crash. So what is your selling strategy? So basically I don't have a selling strategy, and I've said this before, but I have grown my position significantly since I said that I wouldn't be selling anything. So my wife might divorce me if I don't sell some of it. But I don't want to think about that, and so I don't have a selling strategy. At first I wanted to significantly go up more, and then I'll start thinking about things like that. So I don't have a selling strategy, and I didn't like the fact that people were talking about this 2-3 months ago, right? So why do you think they are continuing to short the stock? Well, what happens is, why did they continue to short Tesla stock when it was continuing to go up and up and up and up just a year ago? Two things. One, Wall Street guys think that they know a lot better than everyone else. It comes from two things. Most of the time, people that go to work on Wall Street, because it's a very stressful job, their personality is very, very alpha and very, very strong. They have strong egos. Not all the time, but most of the time, those are people that go to work at those kind of jobs just because it's very, very stressful. And you have to be like a bro and an alpha dog to succeed in those kinds of worlds. And so when these managers get into a situation where they see, the people, right, these guys that don't know what they're doing, keep buying and buying and buying. They said they don't know what they're doing. We're gonna bring it down. We're gonna short the heck out of it, and so that's why they keep shorting it, right? I think it's pride and it's a profit, pride and profit. For how long can hedge funds continue paying loans? That's a good question, and I talked about this in one of the videos, and I said, listen guys, if you have someone, I gave that example. If you have someone, let's say in your neighborhood, right, that is he defaulted on his loan, right, and he's going to have to sell his house. Well, you don't know if there could be someone else in their family, or someone else that's, you know, giving them money or things like that. Same thing here. We don't know how much the hedge funds have in their pocket. We don't know how much money they can bring from, let's say, banks or financial bodies, or someone that could bring them. So so that's why they could continue to pay those loans for the short interest. I think that was the question. How many shares of AMC do I have? Are you asking B Marbos, how much do you have, or how much do I have? So I think I have around 7,300, something like that. I think somewhere around those lines, 7,300, I think. Let's see. Thank you guys for all the love, your YouTube and things like that. I much appreciate it. So Christopher asked, Avi, can you please do extended dance mix anytime you think AMC is going up higher than 5%? I'll try. It's kind of hard to dance. Right, because of the microphone, and I'm sitting down, so thank you, Papa Texas. It's expensive to ship to Israel, and it takes a long time. I got it's out on in the washing machine, but I got one of my shirts that I ordered from the swag shop, and the AMC to the Moon, it said that it's here in Israel, but I didn't get a note to get it from the post office yet. I don't know what's going on with the post office here. I'm kind of angry at them, but Javier. Hi Avi, do you think that Matt and Trey sold their AMC shares, or do you think they about this, I have seen on Twitter that Trey continues to buy more shares. For Matt, I don't know. I think, if I'm not mistaken, now maybe I'm mistaken about this, so don't quote me on this, right? Off the record, I think he was on the TV shows on the Fox and News, and he said that he only had options at the time. But maybe that changed, right? It could be that he had shares, right? This was before, I think, that we went up to 72. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't been following Matt. I do watch sometimes Trey's videos, and I follow him on Twitter, both of them, and I saw that Trey had been buying more shares. So I don't think they got paid by Citadel, though. And I don't think it would be worth their while, right? Unless it was like $10 million or something like that. I don't think they would do that, or even more. It would have to be a really, really big, and I don't think they would do that. So, are you buying AMC stock every week and holding until the squeeze? So I've been buying whenever I think that there's an opportunity, and I'm kind of cashed out a little bit. And I don't want to sell any more things that I have, so I don't know if I'll be buying more unless I come into a little bit of moolah. I do have some money that I need to transfer out of an Israeli account, and I haven't done that. I'll see. But if there's an opportunity, if we go even dip some more, that will be a great opportunity to buy more, in my opinion, again. Sorry. So Chris asks, do I think they will continue to short this week, or will we see an increase in stock price? So basically, I think that what's happening now is the shorting and what's going on. I think it's day traders and algos. I don't think it's the big hedge funds that are coming in. Sorry guys, coming in and saying I want to open a big position on AMC for short. I think it's more day traders and these algos that are bringing us down every day, the high frequency trading. And so I don't know if they're like, I think they're pretty digged in here, the hedge funds and the long shorts, right? I would call them. Angelina, hello Avi. Question: do you believe the shorts will ever be paid, and if so, when? So eventually, I think that they will be. It all depends on the situation. It could be that we'll go up significantly over a while, and so then on that like we saw with Tesla, and it took a while. And there's the potential that suddenly something clicks and things start popping and they have to close their positions. I do think that in a certain situation, you know, if it goes on a long time, these hedge funds will be like, you know what, we're just sitting here and we could be utilizing this money for something else, and maybe they'd close their position. But these are the long shorts. Again, the shorts, the day traders and the swing traders, I think that they're moving in and out, right? So a lot of shorts are closing because of that. Trey's Cat Titan. He's a very, very talented cat. He's writing comments. Hey, Avi, do you think people like the Gambler are hurting the cause when they say Matt and Trey sold when they have no proof? Yes, I think that it hurts. I don't know who Gambler is. Is it the Gambler? Okay. Yes, I think that they're hurting because there's no reason to get people freaking out. I know that a lot of people, if something like that happened, they would freak out and they say, well, if he did that, then I'll do it, right? Because he must know something. So if there's no proof that happened, again, I just remember that Matt said he only had options. Maybe I'm wrong about that. And I was watching one time a live stream, and he said, they asked him, and he said that he didn't want to say because he didn't want to affect people and what they do. So I don't know if he's ever shown us his shares. So I don't know, but I don't follow him that deeply. Trey a bit more. So this is hi Avi, do you think they could hold the price at a medium level for years and it will be cheaper than a short squeeze? So again, that's what I just said. I don't know if they're like, listen, for us, let's say, right, Avi holds here, and he holds for 5 years and nothing happens. So on the one side, you could say, well, you lost the profits that you could have had on another stock. On the flip side, I could have lost it, right? I could have put it in a stock that, I don't know, the CEO gets caught doing something dangerous and the stock falls 50% and I would have lost it, right? We don't know. The market has been in a bull run for the past, like, since 2008 basically, and we've had that dip in 2020. But again, the hedge funds on the flip side, they need to make money. They have clients. If they don't make money, then people are gonna leave them. So they need to make money, and so people that are saying that they can just hold and hold and hold and hold, they can't, because they need to make money. If that money is not making money, people are going to start leaving their funds, and they don't want that. How to get out when it's time? This is one of the hardest questions to answer. We don't know when the peak is going to be, right? I always think, well, this is going to be the peak, and then it drops a little bit and then it goes up, and then so we don't know what's going to happen. My thinking here is you need to calculate a number, and I don't know. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do that, because then it will make people have numbers that they'd want to sell it. Think for yourself. What is the tactic that you want to use? Again, people are saying hold to 100,000, hold to 500,000. Again, that's going to be a very, very interesting social experience to see if people will actually do that or not. What's up? What's up? What's up? How is this thing where you live? How is the family? You said Sevo was sick last week. Yeah. So, Baksha, thank you for asking about the family. So I was sick, and then my oldest son was sick, and the baby was sick as well. So I was like, well, maybe we have, the virus. And I was freaking out. And then a boy at my oldest son's kindergarten, right? He's going to first grade now, in a month. But in the kindergarten, my son was out on Sunday, and then on Monday, this kid was there, and he went home, and he came back positive. So then they closed the kindergarten down for a week, and we had to go test it, and we kept everybody home because you're supposedly supposed to quarantine one kid, but how are you supposed to quarantine a kid by himself for a week, right? It's if you're 16 you can do it, but a 5-6-year-old you can't do that. So we just left everybody home, and I was taking care of it. My wife stayed home a day, and then we were able to finish it because he didn't go Sunday, and the kid went home on Sunday, so we were able to get out Thursday. Anyway, we were in quarantine, but because we are vaccinated, my wife and I, so we could go out, because if you're vaccinated and you come back negative, you can go out, but the kids theoretically need to stay home. Anyway, it was a whole thing now. Today he had to stay home again, so I hung out with him, and so tomorrow he's going back, and we'll go back to normalcy, and hopefully this it quiets down a little bit. In our neighborhood, it's getting a little bit out of hand again. I didn't hear about this August melt. I've heard about this BAM investor. I know that he's not always right, so I don't know. So Aloha, love your videos and analysis. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce the end of that. If AMC double bottoms at about 32, can that be a start of an uptrend? Do you see AMC breaking 32 support? Let's take a look at the graph. AMC. So 32, I get why you're saying 32. I do have it dashed out here. I don't think that it's this was because of this, right? Because of this day here. I'm more concerned about this 35 area as bouncing off of the Fibonacci, because this was an area that 34, 35, and I think that would be maybe an area that we could bounce off of. But I talk about this in the video later that's coming out about this descending triangle, so make sure to watch for that. Shalom, have you heard again about BAM? No, hedge funds can pay loans forever. Again, we talked about this. Whoa. It jumped down for a second. Well, there's a lot of comments. I'll try to get to everything, guys. Let me. Whoa. Okay. Everything just jumped down. Here we go. Okay, I was here. Avi Shanam. Matt just released a video. He's not going anywhere. I'm just reading the comments, guys. Don't go away. Just Ducky. By the way, hello Avi. Thank you for streaming. I am getting ready to shake my moneymaker. when I open the channel, but I have the comments here. I'm reading them. So when you would search for moneymaker, you'd get that song, "Shake Your Moneymaker." Because people were saying that I can't find your channel, like people here in Israel. That's a good question. So Martino Senti. I think you're Italian. Maybe I'm wrong, right, Martino? Maybe not. No, maybe Martino is South American something, right? Mexico, South America. After the squeeze and you make a lot of money, what do you want to buy first? Big purchase. So I'm kind of frugal, and the way that my father raised us is that you don't need flashy things, right? So like his friend and partner just bought a Mercedes, and he's like, I don't know if he'll be watching this. Maybe shout out to Ruben, but he's a dentist, and he makes a lot of money, and he's entitled to buy a Mercedes if he wants, right? Right, dentists make a lot of money, I think, right? Hopefully. So I don't know if I would get a big purchase. I would probably just invest and maybe just move to a nicer place. I don't know, another room for like each kid would get a room, maybe. That's and just invest the money, maybe buy some real estate to give income and things like that. I don't think I would buy something too flashy, but maybe when you have the money, you act differently. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the video yesterday with trade shows and the mask? Kraken asks, what are your thoughts on the video that Review Dork had put out with the guys? So it's Short the VIX, Trade Trades, Rogue the Legacy, TMI. I think you're referring to that. I'm okay with the video. I didn't like, and now I have no opinion about this person that they were making a little bit fun of, but I just don't like making fun of people. So that's the only thing that I didn't like. I don't think I've been made fun about a lot of things in my life. My voice, my looks, my body, and things like that. And so I'm very anti any bullying, and I didn't like that. So, but the message that they were talking about there, I'm okay with it, and I'm backing it, right? So this we answered already. This I talked about also. Do you think? So we've talked about this. I'm not going to try to pronounce your name. I'll pull it up here. Ram Gopal? Jauri. Do you think, I said I wouldn't and I tried. Do you think AMC will squeeze or go up if market crashes, and why? So the thing here is that if the market dips, I don't think there'll be a crash, but if it dips significantly, then again, the long positions, most of these hedge funds have long positions on, let's say, Apple, Google, Microsoft, and things like that. Well, these big stocks. Most of these positions they've been holding for a while, so they have long-term taxes that would have to pay for them, and they probably have big profits because the market has been going up significantly in the past years. So they would say to themselves, okay, it's gone down, I have big margin on these because I'm up significantly. Now the bank is coming and saying that I need, or the broker is saying I need to put up more collateral. If I sell now these shares of these big stocks, then I have to pay taxes, and then I don't have the collateral for the margin that I want to keep. So what do? I close this AMC short position that I didn't, I'm sick of it, and I don't want to fight with these apes anymore and things like that. So that's the theory. Will it happen? We'll have to see. Avi is our next president. No, I don't want to be no president, and we don't need a president. So no. No, no. I'm just talking about this. No, no. This one. No. No leaders. There's a lot of questions, guys. If you see, there's a lot here still to go down. So I know a lot of you were writing more than one time. I'll try to get to everything. And there's a lot of questions, so we'll continue with this, and I'll try to get to all of them, and we'll continue a little bit more. This I read already. What's a good program for charts? Well, I like this one, Thinkorswim. Interactive Brokers is good as well. I know a lot of people like them also. It's just what you like, right? What's your preference, what you get used to, I think. This I answered also already. I think I'm a little bit behind here on the questions. Is this pre-recorded? No. What's your favorite hummus? For dipping tendies, that is, I'm going with red pepper. So actually, in Israel, I know in the US, hummus is sold in containers, and they add all kinds of things. We have this in Israel. It's not popular at all. People might buy in the containers and they'll just get the regular ones, maybe with a little bit of some spices in it. But we have like hummus places where you get a bowl of hummus with a hard-boiled egg, hummus and trina, and you get a really nice pita, and it's very, very good, and it's very, very tasty, and it's very, very heavy, right? You feel very, very heavy after, but it's super, super tasty. What's in a reasonable amount to put in stocks, say for average person savings, 10, 20, 30, etc.? That's a very good question, Phil. I think it's Phil. You don't want to put all your eggs in the same basket, right? So it all depends. It all depends on your age, depends on your income, right? And so those are kind of factors. It's hard to give a rule of thumb. I think that 30 is a good amount. But again, it depends, right? It could be even more, right? You could be 50% real estate, 50% stocks. Could be in the beginning you start out with stocks because you don't have enough equity to buy real estate or any other investments or crypto or anything like that. I don't really like these low interest things, but maybe just because I'm young and younger, right? And so I don't have that in the back of my mind. But if you're 60, I wouldn't be going too heavy into stocks unless you have something to back that up. Like if you have real estate and you have other things and you have, you know, the ability to, if it goes down significantly, you still have enough to live your pension, right? And it's just maybe you'll have less to give to your to your kids. Then you could go a little bit more, but again, it's all depends on what you're doing and what's your personal situation. Just I'm gonna take a drink of water, guys. Here. Mustafa asked, does everybody know how to read the RSI, the tips of the downs and ups, etc., in different time frames, etc.? I don't like to use, unless you're day trading, I wouldn't go under 4 hours if you're long on a stock. And you know, looking at 5 minute and 1 minute, it's kind of more for, you know, day trading, but it does react here nicely, right? You can see in these areas when it's a little bit oversold, but I wouldn't work only with the RSI, right? If it goes over this area, it's usually oversold, but sometimes you can continue. So if and if it dips, it sometimes continues to go down. So it doesn't give us the 100%, but it gives us a good indication if it's oversold or overbought. I lost the questions. 1 second. Let's see if any questions. What are you? What do you think of the big investors suddenly buying more AMC? I think that they seeing the opportunity that we're seeing here, right? We're seeing that we had a consolidation period after a dip, and so it's holding really nicely in this area after it dipped down. And I think they're seeing that this is an area where it could be a very potential to pick it up, right? So that's why I think we're seeing more of the big investors buying AMC. What's your thought on AMC on Monday? So I don't want to ruin my price, like my video that's coming out later, so I won't say anything about that. Hello, wow, from Australia. What time is it? It's early, right, in Australia now, because it's hours ahead of me, right? So it could be like early in the morning. Okay, so someone wrote that Matt switched to shares when the volatility went down. Okay, great. SPY. It seems like it's going to continue to go up, the SPY, the S&P 500. It's in pre-market. It's going up, right? So it's right. It's not pre-market. It's the future. Sorry, not pre-market. Yeah, Naveen, I don't watch Matt's channel, so that's on me. I don't have enough time to watch everybody's channel and make my own stuff. So, how bad is it to trade? Swamp, right? Avi, how bad is it to trade Visa hold? I don't understand the question. Sorry. What's Visa hold? I don't know. What's your favorite food? Wow, that's a great question. So I think it's a tie between schnitzel. If you don't know what schnitzel is, I guess it's like it's not it's chicken schnitzel. In Israel, it's really big. Like everybody eats schnitzel. And it's no breadcrumbed chicken, right? Chicken breast and chicken thigh. I like also. It's very, very good. And pizza, right? Those are my two favorites. And I shouldn't eat too much pizza because I'm getting a little bit heavy. But it's hard when you have kids and they want the pizza, so you're like, okay, well, you know, I like pizza, so. So this is a good question. Oh, sorry. Why wouldn't day traders find AMC too risky? They love the risk, right? Day traders, they live for that. If they see an opportunity that suddenly they see like what happened on Friday, right, when we had a high here and it started dipping, if they can see this starting to happen and they're able to it's messed up because I put the 1 second. If they see this opportunity and they know that the AMC has the potential to go from the upper VWAP to the lower VWAP inside the trading day, you know that they're going to be shorting here, opening a put position, the day traders. So that's why I think they like the AMC. Will the America increase their debt ceiling? I don't think they have a choice, right? They can just close the government and then think about what they're going to do after that. But Well, I think it's stuck a little bit. Wait, let's see what happened here. Oh, okay. Do you think the hedge funds have power to prolong this as long as they want, or will they have an end date? So I talked about this as well. I think that they're not gonna want to hold for a year or two just because it's money that they are not profiting on. Let's say if it stays at 30 now for 2 years, right? They said that that they won't be able to put their money into other positions. Hi Avi, Aaron just tweeted. Okay, let's go take a look at it. By the way, I have like my first fan page on Twitter. Avi's like button. So if whoever did this is watching, I'm very, very humbled and blessed that I got my first fan page. Let's see what Aaron had to say. Let's see. I get tons of inbound messages each day on Twitter trying to be respectful. Some of you refer to me as Mr. Aaron, but lovers of AMC are getting to be like family. So if you're an ape, feel free to call me Adam. Oh, and go see a movie at your favorite AMC theater too. He's like a favorite grandpa, right? I think he has kids as well, grandkids. Just Ducky Matt never said that he only has that. So I think I saw like an interview. I don't know how long it was ago. He was on Fox or something, and they asked him, "Do you, or was it on Andre Jick's channel?" And he said that he had options. I don't know. I saw, but I could be mistaken again because I don't follow him that closely. So I don't know what he's doing. I barely know what I'm doing. So. What do you think about selling covered calls for July or July, or maybe you're considering next July, because July is already over. I remember seeing you've sold them in the past. What are your thoughts? Okay, so I've been asked this question on Twitter as well. I have done this before, and I'm afraid to do it again, just because people thought that I sold my shares when I said that I was doing it, and I think a lot of people stopped following me back then. And when I did it, AMC stock started going up. It was at 5, and it went all the way up to 14, right? And it went up to 10 in like 3-4 days as well after I had sold. And I quickly bought back the contracts when I saw that this was starting to go up. And since then, I've been afraid. Like, I got burned, and I've been afraid to do this. It would have been amazing to do it like at here, right? And to do it and I could collect like 100,000 or even more in premium. It depends on the strike price, but I'm just afraid to do it, just because I don't want to have to sell my shares. So that's what I'm not doing it. It's a good strategy for normal stocks, but for AMC, that it's so volatile that it could switch on us. To sell actually options on AMC is very, very good because of the IV crush, right? A normal situation. But because this could suddenly flip on us, I'm afraid, right? I would rather collect on a different stock and not AMC. But this is just me because I was burned. So I'm a little bit timid to do it. And this is on me. I could have made like tons of money on that. But I'm just not I'm afraid to do it. What happened? Okay, we talked about this as well. Have you found the 11 million shares? Someone commented that it was shares that they have held for the management, but I haven't seen like a proof on it. But I'm not gonna wallow on this too much, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because is it making AMC stock go up? No. So does it matter what these shares are? It does, because it matters if they can use this to sell the shares if AMC stock is going up. So we would want to get an answer about that. But I would like it to go up. Like, that's more important to me, that it goes up and not the 11 million shares. I have a feeling that someone on Reddit or somewhere will do an investigation to try to figure this out, but I'm not going to be digging into it anymore. Yeah, smash that like button if you haven't yet. We have 255 people and only 200 likes, guys. Let's get it up. Ole, 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 ole. Ole in Hebrew means going up. So, and then, like the football fans, they say ole, ole, ole. So yeah, it will come out later. I'm putting the price prediction. Richie asked about it. I put it together with a video that I talked about the US default and AMC. So I put it all together because I knew I wanted to do live, and so I put it in one video. Whoa, 1 second, it jumped on me again, the chat. I'm trying to get to everybody. Well, you guys are very active, thank you. But I'm trying to get to okay, this I read. Let's see. This I read. That's I read. Shabbat Shalom. It's already over. Yeah, we got Israel won gymnastics gold in the floor, the men's floor. We have now 3 medals. It's the most we've had ever in Olympics. Because I'm American as well, right? So I get to root for the USA and Israel. I get 2 countries to root for. Israel doesn't win a lot of medals. The USA does. So it evens it out, right? Let's see. What do you, there was something that I saw about, actually, I'm just remember this and I'll get back to the questions, about people stop posting on social media and then they would see who was a bot, and that's not going to work, right? It's not going to work, by the way. Okay, let's see. Avi, you seen the double armpit? So George or Jorge, maybe Jorge, said, have you seen the double armpit pattern forming in 3702? I think he's referring to the jokes that I make about that I can't see the formations of the naked ladies. So maybe that's that. Thank you, Boom Baboon, for the super chat, and Jack the Ripper, right? Let's see. Thank you for these super chats. By the way, the super chats are amazing, and this is new, actually. I didn't have super chats before. In Israel, it wasn't active, so it's one of the reasons why I was a little bit didn't want to do the live streams, because they're hard on the voice, and we didn't have the super chats. Although it's not all about the money, right? But if you want to support the channel, I would rather you buy, go to the swag shop and get like a nice shirt than just donating through the super chats. But if you want to do super chats, I won't stop you, of course. But I just think, like, if you get more return for your money, like if you're giving 10, bam bam, and so you can add another 10 and get a shirt. So that's just my opinion about the super chats. Yeah. Maybe I'm just new to the super chats, so I'm not addicted to them like the big guys. Nothing to them, right? But not a criticism, but I'd rather, like, you get more value for your money, right? So heavy people and a lot of YouTubers are saying that this can go up to 100,000. I have been holding the stock for 5 months now. What the ballpark figure? Please speak about this for once. So potentially, right, this could happen, right? And I've said this before. It could happen. I have said this before, that the 100K or the 500K could happen. The same way someone could win the lottery, right? But here in this situation, it's a lot harder, because you have the social issue here where people will need to hold and not sell. And I think that's going to be the hardest thing. Now, people can say, I'm holding to 500K, but at the end of the day, if you see 100 million or how many it will be in your bank account, then your tune might change. So it's going to be interesting to see. Can it get to 100,000? Yes, it can, if nobody sells. And they need to close their positions and it keeps jumping and jumping and jumping. Will it happen? I don't know. It's, in my opinion, it's very low probability, but it can happen. Right. Thank you, Naveen. Says the world needs more people like you. You know, I'm not perfect. I have a lot of flaws. You can ask my wife. She'll tell you all my flaws. But I try to be a good person, and I try to not be mean to people, and I try to be respectful to people, and so that's the least you can ask, in my opinion. So we're talking about the pausing YouTubers. You're talking about the people that are saying they're taking a break or lowering the amount. We talked about this as well, and I gave my opinion about this already. Amanda, B Hayes used to watch my channel a lot and comment, but then when his channel started going a little bit, getting more popular, more subscribers, so he stopped commenting. But maybe he's here on the chat, so shout out to B Hayes. So Boom Boom talked about the 11 million shares and the 20 million. Yeah, so that's what I thought as well. But again, I don't have a confirmation about that, so I would want to know. He feels so sorry. See, you don't care how much it drops. He's holding. Okay. I'm so happy. Your family's okay. It's crazy how fast things keeps changing. So yeah. It's a really weird situation with the whole virus here in Israel, because we had 2-3 weeks where like everything was amazing. No masks outside, no mask inside in certain places. Things were getting great, and then suddenly we had this Delta variant, and things changed a bit. But we're still, people are going, like I think the 50,000 people left abroad. That's a lot for Israel. And things keep moving and shifting. It's going to be interesting. These past 2 years have been so amazing. And when we'll be old, we'll think about those 2021, 2022, when our lives were so weird. And we'll remember and tell our kids about it. Avi, I've been with you for a while now. I'm a faithful ape, never sold a single share. I have 4K plus. In your options, what do you the high for the stock? So I think Carlos is asking, in my opinion, what is the high for the stock? So I just talked about this, Carlos. Again, I don't know. It all depends on the social ability of people to hold. And so that will be the catalyst that moves us as high as we can go. It will be how people will act when they see all that money in their brokerage account. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Carlos. Did you watch the Trey TMI? And so I talked about this before already, and I don't want to touch about that again. Could be. So the question is, what do you think about the hedgies sold some Facebook and Amazon to cover AMC? I don't think they did that. I just think that they dipped because of their earnings. Maybe some of them sold, but I don't think that was to cover AMC. If you guys keep asking questions, I won't be able to go to bed. So this is a good question. Do call options tell a story as far as the price action? In certain situations, yes. Sometimes you'll see certain stock, especially on the monthly, that if there's a consolidation and then suddenly you'll see a big amount of contracts being bought in a certain area, this could be an indication that the stock is moving that way, and that sometimes it's hedge funds that are pushing it. They'll buy these options, then they'll buy the stock, and they'll create an effect where people see it going up, they keep buying it more, and then these options that they have will get a higher return on them. And they can do this. They have enough money to sometimes move stocks. So yes, it could tell a story, but not every time it tells a story, especially when there's a lot of volatility and movement. So I talked about this. I have a few other stocks. About my other stocks, I have some Apple, some Tesla, some Roku, and things like that. And I still have some penny stocks from the penny stock challenge that didn't go so well. So yeah, and I have a few other more. CCIV. I think someone asked here about Lucid. So shout out to Jessica Martinez and Salvatore Piazza. Okay. Don't try to trick me. One time I got tricked on a live. So I'm reading the messages before I try to say them. So yeah, Julio asked about my concern is that the COVID Delta variant can possibly run rampant during the winter and possibly bring back public economic restrictions or closing. Thoughts on the effect it can have on AMC. So actually Israel is going to be a very good case study to see how it's going to react. So far, it's not been detrimental to the economy, and we're dealing with it. Masks are back. Kids are maybe getting vaccinated soon. I said elderly people are getting the third vaccination. It's becoming more like a cold. People are getting sick, but the numbers aren't that bad. So we'll see. Israel, I think, is going to be a great case study, and then we'll see what happens in the U.S. Because we were one of the first states, countries that were heavily vaccinated. Oh, it jumped to the bottom again, guys. Whoa. Sorry, wait, technical difficulty. It jumped on the chat jumped for me. 1 second. It jumped down. Okay, I'm back. If they squeezed. So about this question, I'm confused about the shorts holding out. I mean, if they squeeze, don't their shares go up too like everyone else's? So when you have a short position, I don't know if this is you're a little bit confused about the short positions. When you have a short position and you want to close it, you need to buy back. So if the price is super high, and let's say they shorted at 10 and now they have to buy back at 1,000, so they lost that $990 difference for each share that they have to pay now at a loss. So no, they don't want it to squeeze. Their shares, they don't have shares, they owe shares, right? They have to buy it back. If it goes down, then it's cheaper for them to buy it back. But if it goes up, it's a lot more expensive for them. We Martino said we love your bad dad jokes. We need more. I usually put them up only when it's like a bad day, when we need a little pick me up. But yeah, it's 2:35 a.m. in Israel now. So. So Cash App is better. Yeah, maybe I need to sign up to Cash App. I'll take that into consideration. Sean, thank you. I saw that they're going to do now, like, I don't know when it's going to come out, but like tips for videos, right? So like we have super chats on lives. They will make tipping like kind of mechanism. My sister works for Google, so she sent it article to me, and they're gonna have like tipping on regular videos. So that's going to be a lot of money that they're gonna be making Google. I think we'll do another like 10 minutes, and so let's say here stop the questions, and I'll try to get everyone done here. Thank you. I don't know if you're here still, this individual. How to be happier? It's hard. Some people, it doesn't matter how hard they try to be happier, they're clinically depressed, and it's biological, right? Hereditary, something like that, yeah. But how to be more happy if you're not having this issue is, first of all, a mindset. Don't think about bad things that can happen. Your life can always be worse. Every time you think about, oh, my life sucks, think about you have you're healthy, right? Hopefully, you don't live on the street. You're not in a huge financial debt, hopefully. And think about the positives. You have a family that loves you. You have friends that love you. And so that's how you can keep happy and do things that you like. Watch a stand-up comedy. Simon, thank you for being a long-time watcher. Still broke off. I talk about other stocks in the Discord sometimes, and I make videos for Patreon members. And the main channel is, for now, still AMC only, right? So, yeah. Any American TV shows you like? Jim Cooper. So, like 90% of what I watch is American TV shows. I have Netflix, and I've been watching other shows. So yeah, what's on Netflix, what they put here on Israel, I watch. What show did I like recently? I like the Marvel shows have been good lately. Loki was good. On Netflix, I'm trying to think what I've been watching lately. I don't have one. Hopefully it comes back soon. Birmingham? No, not Birmingham. Never mind. I have to think about it. Favorite shows. The chat is stuck again. Technical difficulty time. Let's see here. What's going on? Oh, okay. Do you think AMC will? Well, they came out already that they said that they're going to beat the expectations. So now the question is how much, right? So I think it came out that they're going to beat. We'll see by how much. The expectations is, by the way, that they're going to be at a loss, right? So if they're still not making money, but this year, next year, like you say, it's a guess. I don't know. Yeah, I get this, what you're saying here, but at the end of the day, we need to be as informed as we can about the things that we are invested in. Do we need to be at the level that we are now? Maybe not, but we have uncovered a lot of things that if we wouldn't have been this informed and doing all these research and these due diligence, then maybe we wouldn't have uncovered all these things that we are seeing that the SEC is now making changes, and hopefully they will be great, right? Will be good for not just AMC, but going forward for the stock market. It jumped for me again. It keeps jumping. Okay, here, I'm back. Thank you, Phil, for buying some swag. What? On subs? Yeah, so the chat, you know why I did this? I put the chat only for subscribers because I was afraid that that there would be bots in the chat, and it's not because I wanted you guys to ask questions. So I know that like TMI and Matt got kicked off, like their channel was, I didn't want that situation, and so I wanted to not have the chat too trashed, too many comments, so that's why I did that. So sorry that you had to wait, but I did that because I don't have a moderator, and so that's Shalom, Miss Pippi, Mississippi, MISSISSIPPI. I remember that from when I was a kid. I don't know what that's referring to, but Shalom, when I go to Israel, I would like to meet up with you and say hello and how you doing and how you can show me around your country. Mike, when you come to Israel, send me a message on Twitter and I would love to meet you guys. Take you out for some hummus. SNDL, yeah, it feels like Tommy says, I remember when we were talking about SNDL, it feels like an eons ago, but it was just like 3 months ago. Thank you, Jose. What do you think? So this will be the last question, guys, because it's getting late and I'm getting tired. What do you think the short squeeze will look like, and what percentage gain of current price do you think we'll see? This is when I was in university. Thank you, Gav. It's supposed to be in Hebrew. Gav. So, you're missing a V here, right? It should be okay, so I understand what it is, but I didn't understand what it was because you're missing a letter. It should be so he's saying you don't want a yellow P, you want a white P. But it says pipi tzov lot tov. There should be a V here, and then pipi lavan mitzuyan. So about the short squeeze, what it will look like. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of theories about it. Some people say it could be a Tesla-ish like squeeze. Some people think it could be just like a few days. Each day we're going up 300%, 400%, and it's bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, going up and up and up. And some people think about it that there could be a big jump. Then there's a lot of people that will sell and will go down. But then the shorts still have to close their positions because it's still really high, and then we'll jump back up. And I don't know. It's gonna be legendary. It's gonna be amazing. But I just don't know how it's gonna happen. Like, there's so many possibilities, so many things that could still happen, and that's why I think we haven't finished talking about AMC, and I think there's so much still to talk about. And so that's why I'm continuing. I'm not stopping. I'm not changing my channel. I might talk about, you know, like the US defaulting because it's and raising the ceiling because it's important to AMC, because it's important to the American economy, and the American economy affects AMC. So that's the things that I'll be talking about. And if I talk about options, I'll be explaining, but I'm not gonna pull back on AMC. So that's I'm not changing anything. I'm just continuing to do what I'm doing and putting content in that affects AMC and affects everything else. So thank you guys for watching and joining me on this Sunday night and doing this Q&A. I had a lot of fun. So thank you for anybody that's still here, to the 214 of you that are still here, and hopefully you enjoyed this, you learned something, answered the questions, and AMC will have a great week, will have a great month, and so everything will be amazing with AMC. And you know, and hopefully this will be just the beginning of more live streams going forward. So thank you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed this, and you'll have a great week, and you'll be healthy, and everybody will be safe and amazing. And like I always say, guys, let's make a lot of money, and Laila Tov, because someone asked how do you say good night in Hebrew. So it's Laila, like a lilac, and Tov, Tov, Laila Tov.